Welcome back, and joining me for a look at your midday market moves is Faheema Adia from Momentum Securities. Faheema, thanks for your time this afternoon. Now, while we assess the impact the new round of tariffs will have on global trade, on the global inflation picture, we're also awaiting US PCI data, which is the Fed's preferred inflation measure. Just your expectations on that front, because when you look at consensus, many analysts expect inflation, or rather they expect a moderate increase in inflation.
Good afternoon, Ntuleng. Thanks for having me. Yes, so that is the US's preferred inflation measure. The PCE is due later today. And I believe there have been already some upward revisions to this, and that is creating some concerns around a stagflationary environment in the US, given that we have seen the GDP data come in yesterday. A bit weaker, but in line with consensus expectations. But I think the concern there is that the jobless claims data actually increased more than expected, which does show that the US economy is slowing. But the concern obviously comes into play if it is slowing, but inflation is still remaining too high, which creates that stagflationary environment. So it's going to be quite an important data point to see later today.
So the macro picture aside, we do have some company news out. Locally, Northern Platinum out with half-year numbers. Profit almost halved due to those lower metal prices, of course, and that share price under pressure. Now, I thought markets would have priced this in, considering that we had a trading update a few weeks ago. Is it just being caught up in the downbeat sentiment we've been seeing in markets today?
Yeah, so I think that does form a part of why we're seeing that fall in the platinum and in the gold miners today. It's just general weakness, I think, on the JSE following the weaker markets we saw in Europe and in the US yesterday. So like you said, Northam's results were pretty well guided in that trading update, saying that they're expecting the price to fall given the weaker PGM basket price. So I think it was pretty well guided. We're probably just seeing a further fall in there due to the current market conditions today.
Another downbeat print is from MTN Nigeria in particular, and that region, that country, still proving to be a problem child for Nigeria. MTN Nigeria's annual losses have widened, and this, of course, on the back of pressure being felt by the Naira. This, of course, expected, right, Faheema?
Yes, this was also pretty well guided in the trading statements that they put out, that Nigeria is a problem because of that significant currency devaluation in terms of the Naira against the dollar. And that's, of course, put a lot of pressure in their profits when you convert it back into rands. But in a constant currency basis, it actually hasn't been too bad. And on a positive note, they were able to actually get those tariffs across the line with the Nigerian authorities to raise that. So that does improve the sustainability of the business in Nigeria in the long term. But hopefully we can see some recovery there in the Naira.
Faheema, unfortunately, we have to leave it there. It was a quick one. Thanks so much for your time and just updating us on trade at midday. That was Faheema Adia from Momentum Securities.